My family consists of two people, my sweet little Isla, whom you spoke with, myself, just us.
Many people don't think about families and homelessness, and in fact, we don't even want to think about that those words should be in the same sentence. The problem is that it's hidden.
I have two boys, Power and Persevere. We were homeless for over a year.
It's just about people going about their lives and life happened. So it could be that they lost their job, and then because they lost their job, they lost their house.
I had to leave my hometown. I had to get away from the abuse. I had to I had to.
Or they could be in a domestic violence situation, and a lot of people don't put those together, that when a mom chooses to have the courage to leave a domestic violence situation, she in many cases is choosing to be homeless.
Like, no child should have to go without a safe, warm, clean place to lay their head at night. I've been there and I've done that with my son, and that's a terrible feeling to be that child's parent, that their provider, their protector, and not be able to put a roof over your child's head or put them somewhere safe.
My family, I would say, we're like any other family. We're just in this type of situation. My family, we can get over anything.
I was actually homeless. Me and my kids were homeless, and we were staying at the Salvation Army, and they referred us to Vogel.
I was homeless, and Nova James was 6 months old. I was couch hopping. He was 6 months old, and I was like, I don't want to do this anymore.
I tell people this all the time. When people think of homelessness, they think of a guy standing on the side of the road holding a cardboard sign. Very rarely do they ever think of the face of an infant, a toddler, or a preschool child.
Children are the most vulnerable population. And part of what Vogel does is serve the most vulnerable population, which is children who, whatever your feelings about economy or state structures or societal operations or business responsibility, you can't blame kids for being homeless.
I haven't seen an organization that more holistically addresses the real underlying issues that these families really need addressed. The psychological impact of being homeless, the developmental delays in the children from the anxiety and stress of being homeless.
You can look at a PET scan of a child under extreme trauma and one not. Their brains look totally different because they're wired differently. So a lot of what we say is that we rewire brains at Vogel because we have to make sure that we give them the environment and the interactions that their brain needs to be wired correctly for their later long-term success. So we immediately screen them for any delays. We have a window of opportunity, and if we don't act quickly, we will miss that window of opportunity. So we screen them if they need speech therapy, occupational therapy, physical therapy, if they need play therapy for their social emotional help, we get them that immediately.
There is such a long list of things that Vogel has done for my family. Therapy services, speech therapy. My son Nova James has a speech impairment, and I've sat with counselors and therapists, all thanks to Vogel, and everybody keeps telling me, wow, you caught it so early, and they're praising me, and I couldn't have had that praise without Vogel.
Vogel starts with the child and where they are social emotionally. So like I mentioned, we have to make sure that that child feels safe. The first thing we have to do is to create a relationship with that child, and sometimes that takes time.
It's very welcoming. We get to talk, we get to talk about like our problem situation. They're not very judgmental. It's very free,
I like seeing the people there. I'm making new friends and stuff.
And what about the teachers?
Teachers, yes, I love the teachers. They're very nice.
I like that they make me calm when I'm mad. I like when they make me feel proud of myself and they make me comfortable here.
The most common comment as people walk out the door, two of them, one is, I had no idea, and the other is, how can I help? The thing they don't have any idea about is we do so much more than childcare. Yes, we have early childhood programs. We also have mental health programs, family support programs. We have a full health program, and we now do it on 3 different sites. We have our site at North with Family Gateway and their emergency shelter. We also have our main location near downtown Dallas, and we have our Redbird location in South Dallas. The answer for each family is not the same. And so our case managers are amazing people that they can literally take them by the hand, walk beside them, and figure out what their next steps are to make sure that their children have a stable life.
The support, the mental, the physical support, just having someone that I could confide in. Like my case manager, Miss Savannah, was definitely the best. Like I felt like I could talk to her about pretty much anything. My therapist, Miss Tamson, she's also a very crucial part of August and I's journey.
I'm not gonna be emotional, but if it wasn't for those mental health groups, I wouldn't be able to be aware of having healthy patterns to them. I wouldn't be able to show up as a healthy mom to them.
There was a lot of time in my first year here where they provided pull-ups, clothing drives, stores for the parents to come get things for their children. There really are so many other things. The teachers are great, and they make a plan, and it's written out.
At first, I didn't have anything. Barely had diapers to give to my kids.
Without Vogel, like the whole trajectory of my life could have took a different path.
The moms that walk in here, they just want help to make sure that their kids are okay and their kids are safe.
I say, you know how I know that Vogel is a safe space, Miss Karen? My inner child feels safe. We are stable now, and it's a luxury apartment. No, it don't matter, but it's something that I always wanted. I wanted to make sure my boys weren't raised in a certain environment.
And this always makes me smile. So August and I are on the road to self-sufficiency. We have our own apartment now.
I found a job at Dickie's Barbecue. By the grace of God, I got promoted in April to general manager, and I closed on a house last Thursday.
Today's our last day. We're moving out today. I came here from the house. I just prepared dinner. So when Issa gets there, dinner is ready, and he's never been, so he gets to explore it for the first time.
I'm gonna have a nice 3-pillow bed.
Did you get to pick out the stuff for your new apartment?
The color of the walls and the ceiling.
What are you most excited about?
How the house is gonna be. I think it's gonna be bigger than my own room here.
When you hear the stories of the lives that have been changed, and more lives are being changed today than ever, you realize that a little bit of help with this organization goes a long way.
What would be the message that you would want to give them?
To the people who donate?
Yes.
I think I need to cry first. The message that I would give.
They help people that are really in need.
Sometimes people get up and they inhale and they exhale, and they go about their days, and you don't know what's going on with them on the inside, but you see them at work and they're smiling at you. See them in church and they're smiling. You may see some that's down, but we all inhale and we all exhale the same. We all bleed the same.
I would want them to look at my story. Every parent and child that attends this school, their lives are being changed. The children are taken care of. Their teachers get to know them and certain things about them. They help them grow, learn, prepare them for school.
You help a baby from being cold at the bus stop. You help a mom that can't afford daycare but needs to work a full-time job.
It's hard to sleep at night if your child doesn't have clothing or shoes or pull-ups or food.
The way that you give is extraordinary.
Thank you.
Thank you for getting out your way to do this for us. The biggest help is that my mom is less down now. My mom is now happy a lot.
Thank you for your appreciation and having a good mindset to help people out like me that doesn't have a home. So be able to have a chance to get a house, get a new job, basically have a fresh start.
Vogel in one word is hope. Supporting children who are experiencing homelessness is important because we are humans. Community responsibility means standing up with your neighbors to do what's right.
I would encourage people to give to the Vogel Alcove because Vogel tells the truth. It sees the problem, it sees the need, it forces us to pay attention to vulnerable populations to vulnerable children, and in all the ways that we sometimes spout the rhetoric of being family-centered, this is a chance to put our money where our mouth is, to take care of families who need us now more than ever.
When you think about there are so many worthy causes in our community today. Having said that, it is very important to me to help others who don't necessarily have that help. You know, there's an old saying that people can pull themselves up by the bootstraps. That's very difficult to do when not only do you not have a pair of boots, you don't have a pair of shoes. And I believe that, we give that opportunity to so many people that would not have an opportunity.
I think tonight, as you think about all the different areas that you give your money to or your resources to, there are many options. And they're great options. But when you look in the face of a child, you look in the face of an infant and a toddler and a preschool child and realize that they're homeless, that's the greatest place that you can give your money so that the future of our community will be sound.